Hey, welcome back to AB Squared. My name is Jeremiah. We are the alleged bored bigots. If you've been following along, what we do here is we seek truth. We define it, or we have a test for it, which is objective, observable reality that does not change over time. With truth, we try to dismantle dogmas. The current dogma that we're attacking is the dogma of despair. It's all around us in society. It's what is just tearing us apart. So to attack despair, you have to have hope. And what we covered in a past episode is hope is the truth of tomorrow. It's looking forward to the future. It's building a future. Part of building a future is self-love, not self-obsession, being gentle with yourself, caring about yourself, adding good communities and good people around yourself. It's saying no to bad things and yes to building yourself up. One of those bad things that we're going to cover today is humbug. And, as always, we like definitions, so humbug, definition.
Here's the definition of humbug. Deceptive or false talk or behavior.
So previously we talked about saying no to bad things. Now we're saying no to deceptive or false talk or false behavior. One of those key things is saying no to false truth, or people who come at you and try to state the truth and aren't stating it properly. Or they state it in such a way that you can't get it. Or they use the truth to beat you over the head so that way you can't relate and you can't find the truth. They basically become a priest class, a gatekeeper class. And all of us are capable of doing it. When we think we have some secret knowledge, or we think we've known something and we use it to manipulate others, we use it to keep others in the dark, it's not good. One of the people who talked about this and talks about this stuff a lot is Owen Benjamin, the comedian. He's got a lot of logos. That's what he's pursuing. His basic definition is reason or truth or the word, right? It comes from the biblical terminology and the Greek and all that. And you can go back and research that yourself. But humbug. What is humbug in regards to religion? Let's dive in and get a little more specific. What is humbug in regards to loving others? Showing others God, showing others truth. We've declared that we're Christians on this show. You've known about it. We don't religify everything, but we're going to play a clip from Owen Benjamin. And due to the fact that Owen cusses and we're trying to reach a younger audience, we may blur, blee, blah, or whatever if he cusses. But other than that, we're not altering what he's saying. We're just taking it right off his stuff and showing it to you because we really think he expresses really well what we're trying to discuss here. So start from 40, what was it, 45, 44?
45 or something like that.
All right. So
let's hope that's it.
Yeah, it's going to be like a 2-minute clip, and then we'll just get into the meat and bones of it, break it down, talk about it, and just really see what he's getting at. Roll film.
Yeah, keep it simple, 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 simple. One of my favorite Bibles, guys, is the one made for kids. That's what I get from my mother. She taught children's lit. It's like, make it as simple as possible. And that isn't stupid. It's not for stupid people. It's not an act of low intelligence. It's the act of high intelligence. It's like what that Catholic grandfather wrote to me where he said he listened to John Paul talk for 2 years about the doctrine of the body with sexuality, and that I summed it up with saying, don't have sterile sex, don't have sterile sex. That isn't stupid to sum things up and repeatable things. I might be wrong, but I'm not lying. That's a 1,000-page book that I just made up, that I just made one sentence. And what is that good for? It's good for people to reconnect to it. Because this crazy Bible stuff where and don't get me wrong, I love when people quote scripture and write me scripture. Because I've said a similar rant before and people were like, so you didn't like when I sent you that psalm? I'm like, no, I love that. That's the origin of all of it. But don't use that as a shield to overthink it and dive so deep that other people can't be like, hey, what are you guys talking about? This is what you should always keep in your mind. Always think you want to speak in a way where others can just say, hey, what are you guys talking about? And then you can do it. If you're like, oh, I'm really analyzing the Trinity, like how can a man die and a man also be God? And is there choice? But just say, we're talking about what is fruitful. What does fruitful mean? What makes a man good? And someone's like, oh, I was thinking about that too. That's how you talk. You're not like, well, the Trinity is technically, there's pagan origins of the Trinity, and how can a man have flesh and a man have... It's like, people would just be like, I'm good, guys. I'm going to go watch, some whore dance on MTV. And by the way, I'm not talking manipulation. That's the difference. Don't be false. Don't manipulate. Simplify.
That's really the issue, isn't it? People don't simplify. They talk in high theology. They become a priest class. They become gatekeepers. I mean, you see it in every avenue. It's not just religion. It's not just truth. It's not just logos. It's politics. Well, the Republicans, well, they're just not giving people choice and all this. It's just stop using all these terminologies. What is it we're really trying to talk about? What is it we're really trying to discuss? What truth are we really trying to get to? And that I think is the whole issue. As people, we need to pursue truth and love ourselves enough to cut out false talk in our lives. Don't do it with others. Don't do it with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to others. Above all else, simplify things. Keep it simple, stupid. We're just people. We're all humans. What are you thinking, Savanya? You tired?
I don't know. I'm tired.
Savania's drained. Savania's drained. I'm drained. Dude, it's been a long week. And here, let me just be real quick. The reason why it's been a long week is throughout our regular life, we both have jobs and things we do, but there's also a whole bunch of people who judge. A whole bunch of people who act as gatekeepers, who decide whether you know truth or don't. And those people, they tend to ruin it for everyone else. They keep people from coming to Christ. They keep people from coming to truth. They keep people from pursuing and living it out, loving others. How do they do this? They do it by judging everyone. You know the people I'm talking about. I used to be them. If you knew me in high school and you're watching this, you knew that I was that guy. If you knew me in college, I was a dick. I would just Bible thump, bash people out, shove scriptures down everyone's throats. Dude, it was messed up. It probably turned a lot of people away from truth. We need to not do that as humans. We need to start making things simple. Hey, what are you discussing? I'm discussing the weird doctrine of the ancient Greek scholar of Mesopotamia, namely Nicanus, who came up with the doctrine of blood. No, hey, I'm discussing how to love my neighbor when I'm really mad at him. Trying to forgive a brother that, wronged me. I'm trying to discuss, how do we forgive and move past things and don't get bitter when I'm pissed off at idiots. That's what we need to do in life. And so yeah, we're gonna do another video coming up talking about hypocrisy. But this video is really just about keeping it simple. If you want to escape despair, say no to humbug. If you want to escape despair, say yes to hope. Care about yourself. Don't become obsessed with yourself. And love others even though they don't deserve it. That's the problem. When you get some knowledge out there and you think you've got something figured out, share it. Share it with someone in a simplified manner that they can get. Don't act like some ivory tower theologian or some, smarty McSmartadoodle. I just made that up. You're welcome. Smarty McSmartadoodle. It's like a snickerdoodle, but awful. Act like a sane human being. Love each other. Remember, seek some logos, seek some truth. Destroy these dogmas in your life. These statements that people give you based off authority that are just incontrovertibly, unquestionably true. You're not allowed to even look into it. Do you deny what we say? Yeah, no, enough of that. Keep it simple. What is the truth? How do I live it out? How do I love people around me? How do I build friendships? How do I build communities? How do I build families? How do I get in shape? How do you make a better future for yourself instead of drowning in despair? Go out and think and do that. And don't lord it over everyone else. Don't take your success and beat everyone down with it. Don't be crabs in a barrel. Help each other up. Encourage each other. That's what this life needs more of. We don't need more of this political drama. We need more of loving yourself and loving others. That's it. Keep it simple. I'm not going to discuss this any further right now. Go out, live your life, seek truth. And next time we're going to come back, we're going to discuss a similar thing. We're going to do another Owen Benjamin clip, and we're going to talk about hypocrisy. Because humbug and hypocrisy run very close together. And we're going to discuss a little bit more of the nuance in between the two of them. Because it's important. People out there are saying, politics is downstream from culture. Well, culture is downstream from, character. And your character is what you believe. It's how you act when no one else is around. It's really, what is it that drives you? And if you're not being driven by truth and you don't have any hope, you're being driven by despair and everything else around you. Get out of here. Don't be driven by despair. Go have fun. This is AB Squared. I'm Jeremiah. Savania's back there acting funny. He's tired. But we're going to put him to work. And we're going to bounce back because that's what humans do. You can too. Let's figure it out. AB squared. See you next time.